Pokemon Sword, a nearly brand new game that came out on November 15th, 2019, meaning it's not even a year old yet, and many people such as myself have already gotten bored with it and its first DLC. However, I found a way to spice things up a bit by taking one of the most important mechanics and well-known mechanics in all of Pokemon, evolution, and thought, what if I could never evolve any of my Pokemon ever? Could I beat Pokemon Sword without one of the things that makes Pokemon Pokemon? We're about to find out. As you just saw there, starting off the challenge, we named ourselves Madcraft and chose our character Art. We then woke up to sitting on the couch, and Hop meets us in our house. We go to pick up our dad's old bag. We then run outside to meet Hop at the end of the path, where we see him trying to convince this Wooloo not to be so abusive to itself and ram its head into the fence. We then get a move on and meet Hop at the entrance to the route, where he teaches us basic game mechanics about grass patches and how we don't have a Pokemon to battle with, but he has a Wooloo that he has already caught, and we run down to meet his brother Leon at the train station. Leon is going to eventually give us our starter Pokemon, which I actually thought very hard about in this challenge, because we wanted a Pokemon that would make our early game easier than our late game. And the Pokemon that actually will do that, as you will see we will pick, is Scorbunny. The reason that Scorbunny is so good is because that it is super effective against the grass-type gym leader, Milo, and the first gym leader, because he is the most important one to beat because he is so early in the game. We choose Scorbunny, as you see here, and name it Happy Feet. We then engage in our first ever rival battle with Hop. More on the reason that Scorbunny is so good is because we need a very good early game Pokemon, because an early game Pokemon will mean that our team won't be as well developed, and the further into the game we get, especially without evolution, the more developed our team is going to get, because we gets easier further into the game. We then engage in our first rival battle with Hop. We tackle his Wooloo twice to weaken it up. It tackles us back, and one more tackle will finish it off right here. Hop's rival battles at the very beginning are very easy because we have this Scorbunny, and you're basically meant to win them and handed the wins by Hop. So we level up Happy Feet to level 6, learn Ember, and he sends out his another added trusty ally to his team in a Grookey that he just received from his brother, Leon. We Ember the Grookey once. One Ember takes it down to just over half of its health. Super effective move, and another Ember will knock it out entirely, making us get the dub against Hop in our first ever rival battle of the challenge with him. Happy Feet levels up to 55 experience point and gets level 7. Hop reminisces on how bad he got beaten just then. We got $400 for winning against Hop, and we go after the battle to check out the fence that the Wooloo has just broken into, and Hop realizes just here that the Wooloo has broken through the fence and made its way into the Slumbering Weald. We decide that we have to go in there and save it, and we get into the Slumbering Weald, where we encounter the first encounter with the legendary Pokemon Zacian itself, or in this case known as question mark, everybody's favorite Pokemon. We encounter question mark, i.e. Zacian, and it growls at us, and we cannot attack it as usual in this first cutscene, but we send out Happy Feet anyway and make our valid best attempt at attacking this Zacian. After 3 attempts in failing every one of them, it blows us away in the mist, and we cannot see anything, as Hop states here. We then are blown away in the mist and growl this ooh-ah weird noise and make our way out of the forest, as we cannot catch the Zacian yet. It blows us away in the fog, and we leave the forest and go to the professor's research lab and meet Leon at the entrance along with his Charizard. We make our way inside and meet Sonia, Professor Magnolia's daughter, inside to receive our Pokedex. We then get our way on to Magnolia's actual house, where she is in this cutscene right there. Hop insists on getting in our way even more and challenging us to another rival battle, where he sends out a Wooloo, his original Pokemon, wherein we send out Happy Feet, our only Pokemon, as we have not caught any other Pokemon as of right now. We end up using Ember on it and taking it down to just under half health. Not quite there yet, but we will get there in the end. It tackles us back, doing a pitiful amount of damage. We quick attack it just to see some variety in attacks and not to use up all of our Ember PP immediately, as we will need it for the Grookey later. 2 quick attacks later, the Wooloo has been knocked out. Next up is his Grookey, as we will need our Embers for that Grookey, and he sends it out now. Level 8, we have the type advantage and 2 levels higher, so 2 Embers should be enough to KO it just here. 1 Ember takes it down to slightly more than half health, and the second Ember will knock it out. Good game to the Grookey. Then we realize that he has a third Pokemon and added another ally to his team in a Rookidee. The Rookidee is only level 5, and we are double its level, and so that means that we should be able to take it out relatively easily with 1 Ember and then 1 more Ember after that Ember. It pecks us, doing a very little amount of damage, and we are confidently able to Ember right here and knock out this Rookidee, getting our second dub against Hop. He retrieves his Rookidee, and we level up our Happy Feet to level 11, gaining 29 XP points, and Hop gives us 640 Pokédollars for winning against him in the battle. He tells us about how his Pokeballs are getting better thrown, and we talk to Leon after the battle, and he decides that we are worthy of getting our letters of endorsement into the gym challenge. As you can see here, this is us getting endorsed into the gym challenge. These are the letters that you get when you enter the gym challenge and are endorsed by a person. We then, after the battle, Hop and I see 2 wishing stars fall from the sky, see the fragments on the ground. Hop picks them both up and gives 1 to each of us. We then ask Magnolia to make the wishing stars into Dynamax bands. We receive 1. She gives it to us, and we slip it on our wrist. We then make our way out of her house and down the route into Wedgehurst. We obtain TM40 Swift from Hop and make our way swiftly, as the TM is, into the train station. With Hop, we enter the train station and make our way on to our first train ride to the wild area. Now, the wild area, we are going to spend a lot of time, A, grinding, and B, just catching a lot of Pokemon. Because the challenge, as you will see in a minute, is not, I can't use evolved Pokemon. As you see, we encounter a Nuzleaf. The reason that I can encounter this Nuzleaf and potentially catch it is because we don't need to not catch evolved Pokemon. We can catch evolved Pokemon as long as we are able to. But we just can't evolve our own Pokemon. For example, I couldn't catch a Seedot and evolve it into a Nuzleaf. Or take this Nuzleaf and evolve it into a Shiftry. But I can catch the Nuzleaf and use the Nuzleaf on our team for the whole challenge if needed. We then double kick the Nuzleaf at an attempt to catch it, and this is the first main member of the team that will be added to the team. Hopefully we will be able to not knock it out here. As we don't, we almost accidentally fight it again, but we are able to use a Pokeball on it and catch it in 3 shakes. First try, and we catch the Nuzleaf in our first Pokeball, and Chat and I decided to name this Nuzleaf Spruce, after the type of tree and the type of wood. I really like this name because it resembles its overgrownness and its resemblance of a tree and acorn. We then make our way to Modestoke and make our way into the gym stadium, and we get our uniform number selected, and I basically just chose a random number out of my brain at the time. We then choose our uniform number and go to the hotel of the Badoo Drop Inn, where we will spend the night waiting for the Gym Challenge's endorsement session the next day. After spending the night and getting rudely interrupted by Team Yell at the very entrance of the gym, we end up going into the stadium the next morning and go for the opening ceremony of the Gym Challenge. Make our way through the doors with our uniform on, get our uniform on with our beautiful number 701 on the back as chosen by us. We get registered with the man behind the counter, the league staff, and make our way through the doors of the stadium's pitch. Make our way onto the field, where we get introduced to all the gym leaders, and then quickly exit out as it was pretty boring to watch all of that. We then exit the stadium and receive the flying taxi ability from the league staff woman outside of it. Now we can travel by air and walking. We then save our game and enter the Galar Mine, where we do not end up catching a new Pokemon, but at the very end of it, we have to challenge Challenger Bede, another question mark to begin with, but we end up very easily beating him, and it wasn't really even worth watching the battle because it was so easy. One hit KO'd basically everything on his team. We talked to the blonde girl outside of the gym, the cave, and heal up our team, and immediately go straight into Turffield Stadium's gym. This battle ended up being very easy, as I knew it would, because we had Happy Feet to assist us throughout the entire gym, and that was very good because Happy Feet is a fire type, which is 2 times super effective to all grass types, which Milo only had 2 of. So, making our way out of the gym, we very easily beat the gym. Then, we made our way onto the bridge outside of the route after the Turffield, and beat the 2 Team Yell Grunts battling for the bike. We beat Dahab just as easily as the Yell Grunts, and made our way to find Nessa in the next town. We find Nessa and make our way through the gym challenge with ease, make our way onto the pitch with Nessa, and prepare for our battle with her. After that, we are able to beat her with ease, very easily, and shake her hand as we get our final gym badge, 3rd gym badge of the trio, and make our way to the next cave, where we find Bede at the very entrance of it, and find the 2 team and beat him very easily, and find the 2 Team Yell Grunts at the very end of it, right before Kabu. This battle was tough with these 2 Team Yell Grunts. As you see here, we lost the battle with Hop dragging us down at the very end of it. There wasn't really much we could do, and we just lost it. So, that was very unfortunate, but we went back to the Pokemon Center, and we healed up our entire team. And as you see here, we came back strong, and on the second try, we were able to defeat the Grunts. After that battle, we are able to actually snag ourselves a very, very nice addition to the team. As you see here, we enter this battle with a Dreadnought. And like I said before, we can catch Pokemon that are evolved, just not evolved Pokemon are of our own. So, and another example would be Choodle. If we caught a Choodle, we could not evolve it into a Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought we can use in this. It headbutts us, and we take quite a bit of damage, but enough for us to Mega Drain, and we really pray that it doesn't KO, but it actually does a perfect amount of damage for us to catch it, and we end up throwing a Pokeball right here. We throw our Netball, as that was our best option for a Pokeball right now. So we throw one of our net balls, shakes 3 times, and get the capture on the first ball. This was very good because we needed a fire type killer, I guess, because the next gym is Kabu's gym, which is a fire type gym indeed. So upon a further examination, we saw that the Dreadnought was a girl, so we named it Shelly. Welcome to the team, Shelly. Then we made our way, after catching Shelly, to Kabu at the end of the cave where he was talking to the Yell Grunts with his Carkol. He tells us that he is the fire type gym leader and tells us that this is the Galar Mine too, and tells us to make our way back to the Badoo Drop Inn to spend the night there. We go to the hotel and make sure we are in tip-top shape for our gym challenge the next day. He runs off to the hotel with us, and Hop makes his way over there as well. He tells us that he's how fired up he's getting, and we are too, as we are ready to dominate with our new partner, Shelly. Shelly is going to be very good in this next gym because it is a water type along with a rock type. The reason that is so good is because water and rock are both super effective against fire. So, Kabu only has fire type Pokemon, so we can pick and choose which type of move we want to use, and that will determine how strong and powerful our moves actually are. We get our gym challenger uniform dressed on and talk to the man that registers us for the gym battle. We make our way out to the pitch with Kabu. He talks to us and tells us that he is ready to battle. We are challenged by Kabu and obliterate him. It wasn't even close. We just one-shot basically everything on his team, so we skipped over the battle and spared you of that. We then got our third gym battle, and we got the third badge as well for that. That was very good because we finally make our way out of Motostoke into Hammerlock, rather. And now we can make our way out of Motostoke. We get sent off with this properly sporty chant from Kabu, Nessa, and Milo, and make our way into the wild area, where we traverse the wild area and make our way to the entrance of Hammerlock, where the man in the league staff coat checks our badges and makes sure that we have all 3 and have passed all of the Motostoke's gyms. We then make our way up into the Raihan area of the vault and pass by Raihan, where he wants to chit-chat for a second, and we talk to him about how the gym challenge works, and how he tells us that you have to have set amount of gym badges to challenge each gym trainer before you challenge them. He tells us how much he likes our spirit, and we move swiftly on to Route 6 and to where Stow-on-Side is located. Stow-on-Side is the next town up and the home of the 4th gym battle, and the home of another very, very solid Pokemon that we will be adding to our team very shortly. This Pokemon is a very strong Pokemon, and a Pokemon that I handpicked not only because it's very beefy and strong, but because we needed an electric type as well as an ice type for all those pesky dragon types. The Pokemon that we chose was Arctozolt, and the reason we chose Arctozolt was, like I said, we needed an electric type and for flying, and we needed it for waters as well, as we will be replacing Spruce eventually later on in the challenge. We named the Arctozolt Jeremy and added it to our party for the Noctowl that we got for kind of a replacement. Any Pokemon that you see that we've caught that I haven't gone over were either Pokemon that didn't make an actual impact in the team eventually later on, or Pokemon that we don't end up using for the rest of the challenge and playthrough. We then make our way to the top of the gym, and before the gym, Hop is waiting for us, and we make our way up to him and do his rival battle and obliterate him with ease. We then realized that we have to do some grinding, as Jeremy, our Arctozolt, brand new, was only level 10. So we went into the wild area and did some max raid battles where we found this pretty sweet Rabambi raid, who we immediately catch and find useful somewhere in our team. The reason that Rabambi is so useful is because it is a fairy type and bug type, and a fast one at that. And the reason that that is good is because we need a fairy type for all those dragon types, as I said. So if Jeremy gets knocked out, or if we don't end up keeping Jeremy, which we do, but even if we weren't to, we should have a backup in Jerome. Also, it is a very versatile Pokemon and a very speedy one as well. So we replace a Pokemon on our team in that Flying Bull that we caught regularly throughout the challenge that was just very, very boring, and a Woobat. We then make our way to the fighting stadium with our heads held high and Jerome added to our team, and change into our uniform and make our way to the stadium's pitch where Bay is. We then beat Bay in a very, very easy fight. It wasn't even worth showing on the camera. So we then make our way out of the stadium in another very anticlimactic bead fight, and beat him in that as well. And might I add, that is the most satisfying cutscene in all of Pokemon, watching him get his license revoked. We then realize that we can actually catch a Corviknight, which is a very, very solid Pokemon, as our Jeremy learns Avalanche on the screen here. We are able to catch this Corviknight, which is a very, very solid Pokemon because its attack and defense are super high. We also don't have a flying or metal type on our team yet, and those give very good coverage, especially against fairy types, which the next gym, 5th gym, is a fairy type gym. Unfortunately, at this level, Corviknight doesn't learn any steel type moves yet, as you will see later on in the challenge. We had chat decides what to name Corviknight, and someone in chat decided that we should name it Sir Arthur, and I really liked that name, and I thought it was very good, but the reason that I thought that was very good was because it adds to the medievalness of Corviknight being a knight. It also adds to the darkness of it being a knight. We then proceed to ask chat what to name it, and one of them says Sir Arthur. So we name it Sir Arthur, which I, again, really liked. But the reason that this is such a good Pokemon, again, is just it's such a beefy Pokemon. And it has a lot of HP and a lot of attack stats, and is just a very, very solid Pokemon to have, well-rounded, and I love Corviknight. We then add it to our party and make our way to the next town of Balanlia, where we see the Pokemon Fairy Gym and make our way immediately, make a beeline to that gym. The reason that we made our way to the gym immediately is because I thought, it's fine. We should have it easy and control, because we have our brand new Corviknight who has a steel type move for sure, right? Well, it actually turns out that I was very incorrect, very wrong, as it doesn't learn a steel type move until level 40, and we caught it at level 38. But I didn't realize that it learnt a steel type move before that, and we can just go to the move reminder and teach it that. And here you'll see my realization as we try to teach Sir Arthur some TMs, and I realized that I don't have any metal type TMs. But I didn't realize that was a problem until I taught it Retaliate and saw the moveset that it has in Pluck, Taunt, Scary Face, and Drill Peck. So you might be wondering, well, Madcraft, how did you actually end up beating the gym? And might I add, we basically just brute forced our way through the gym. We were like 5 levels higher than every Pokemon that anybody on the Opal's team had, or anyone in her gym had. So we relatively easily beat her and her gym battle in a hole. We then shook her hand as we obtained our 5th gym badge of the playthrough, and only 3 more to go. So we then see my realization as we go to the move reminder, and ask him to remind a move of Sir Arthur. And there it is. Steel Wing. The move that nobody knew that existed until you remember that it does. We then teach it to Sir Arthur anyway because it is a very solid move regardless of the gym that we did prior to it. We also beat the gym anyway, so it didn't really matter, but it just would have been nice to have prior to the gym. We also end up seeing if we could teach it anything else and decided to pass as its moveset seems to suffice for now in Pluck, Steel Wing, Retaliate, and Drill Peck. He doesn't need to help us with anything else as we exit the Pokemon Center and make our way off to the bridge where we beat Hop another time, and at this point he's just being a nuisance, and we have roasted him in every battle that we have done with him, except for the ones that he is on our team, which we lost one. We then made our way to the next route right before Circhester and caught ourselves a wonderful Phalanx, which is a solid fighting type who we can use in the 7th gym in the next episode of this, as I am splitting it into 2 parts, because it is a very solid Pokemon and a very well-rounded, especially in attacking. But the only problem is it doesn't learn any really solid attacking fighting type moves until level 50, where it learns close combat, and everything after that is just pretty solid. But the gym, the next 7th gym, the Dark Gym that we're actually using it for, most likely, is not for a while, because this gym is the 6th gym, and we need it for the 7th gym. So we should have some time to level it up to level 50 between now and then. So he's just kind of tucked into the back of our party as we journey on through the rest of the game. We ended up naming it Jerry, as we stick with the name of Jays and random names, as I just thought it was kind of funny, and now looking back on it, it was kind of stupid, but it is what it is. We just nicknamed our Pokemon. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. We made our way into Circhester as we got a beautiful tour of the city and a wonderful overhead view. We then made our way up into the gym itself and changed into our uniform and made our way to the woman who registers us for the gym. And I remember that this is the gym that you have to use the trap detector for, which is very unfortunate because I hate this gym. I hate the challenge, but after about 15-20 minutes of actually doing it, we were able to beat it. We make our way to the pitch where we see Gordy, and he challenges us to this battle. Now, this was tough. He sends out his Barbaracle. We send out Shelly, who I thought it was a rock-type gym, so water beats rock very easily, and even if not, we can send in Spruce and kill it with the grass-type moves. We use Whirlpool. It does next to nothing damage-wise, and it gets trapped in Vortex, but this Razor Shell immediately OHKOs our Shelly. And at this point, I think I might have a new least favorite Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. After that, we end up sending in Jeremy, who I thought, it should be fine. We can electrocute this Barbaracle, as it is also a water type, so we can electrocute it with Thundershock, and oh no, it knows Rock Tomb too. Oh, great. Immediate OHKO again. That's what we like to see. How awesome. And this is why it is my new least favorite Pokemon. We then send out Jerome, who I also thought would be able to live another hit pretty easily, and we could just Pollen Puff with ease, as it is our most damaging move. But it Razor Shells again, immediately murdering everyone in its path. This thing is seriously unstoppable. We then go into Jerry, as I was fairly certain that he would be able to live at least one attack and be able to get something off, and its first impression would be able to do some solid amount of damage because it will do attack first, and it actually does do quite a bit of damage, but it doesn't OHKO it, unfortunately. And oh no, the Razor Shell just absolutely obliterated it. And as you see here next, we lost the battle. And it actually wasn't quite as bad as I thought, because we didn't have to do it again. But unfortunately, we did lose the battle. But that's where this one ends, everybody. So, if you are new here on the YouTube, make sure that you come by our stream and check out my streams at twitch.tv/madcraft1, and tune in next time for my next upload of this, which should be coming out sometime in a couple of weeks, because I still need to do the voiceover of it and everything like that. But this was super fun to do, and make sure to come by, drop a follow on my Twitch, and while you're at it, if you're in a good mood, make sure to drop a subscribe as well on my YouTube channel, because it helps so much and would mean the world to me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you guys later. See ya.